Alright, let's take a look at these connection problems. So this one's pretty straightforward. Evaluate and round to the nearest hundredth. So we divide 342.5 divided by 72.64 is 4,000, so not 4,000, 4.71503304. It wants it rounded to the nearest hundredth, which is 2 places after the decimal, so that would stop it here. We look at that next number to decide whether we stay or round up. If it's 5 or bigger, you round up, and we have a 5. So we're going to round up. Our 1 will round up to a 2, and our answer will be 4.72. Alright, Double Impression charges 8 cents a page for machine-fed copies, 15 cents per page for copies that are placed by hand on the copy machine. If your bill for 100 copies is $12.06, how many copies of each type were made? Now there is an algebraic way to find this answer, and it is that we set up two equations, one comparing the number of copies made and the other comparing the price. Okay, so I'm going to call the machine-fed pages M, the number of those, and the hand-fed pages H. Okay, so the number of machine pages plus the number of hand pages should be our total number of pages we ordered of 100. That gives me one equation to work with. The other equation is my price. I know I end up with a total price of $12.06. And I know that 8 cents, there's 8 cents for every machine copy. Okay, so remember we write 8 cents as 0.08 times the machine copies plus 15 cents for hand-fed copies. So the price for those would be 0.15, 15 cents times the number of hand-fed copies. There are several ways you can do this. I like to use elimination, and again this came from Algebra 1, you should cover this. The other option is to plug numbers until you find the right answer. Okay, but if we do this algebraically, what we want to do is decide whether we want to completely eliminate M's or H's. I'm going to go with M's. So to do that, I'm going to take this bottom equation times 0.08 negative, so that when I combine those, they will cancel out and all I'll have left is H's to solve. Okay. So when I do that, I still have my original equation of 0.08m plus 0.15h equals $12.06 for the cost. And then I have this new one, if I distribute, of negative 0.08m minus 0.08h, you need to take it times everything, and then negative 0.08 times 100 is negative 8. Okay, we kind of add down, so here my goal was accomplished. Those would be 0. I have no m's left. Here I have 0.15 minus 0.08, which gives me 0.07 h's equals, and here 12.06 minus 8 gives me 4.06. H, all I have to do to get it by itself now is divide by 0.07, and I'm good. Okay, so I get that H, the number of hand-fed copies, is 58. Okay, alright, so hand-fed copies, there were 58. How many machine-fed copies would there be then? So I found one of my values. Now if I go back and I say, well, there was 100 total, so if 58 of them were hand-fed, and I take 100 minus 58, that gives me my other value of 42. So there must have been 42 machine copies, 58 hand copies for a total of 100 copies that cost $12.06 altogether.